Hi and welcome to another Checiegirl Creations video. So, if you've been following me lately, you'll know that I'm pretty into terrariums at the moment, and I'll pop up a photo of the ones I've made already, which are still available if you're interested. All that information is down below. So, I have made terrariums in a big box. I've made it in big jars, slightly smaller jars, like these. And even her bottle jars as well. So I thought, why not take it further and go even smaller? So here are these vials that I got recently because I thought it would be cool to make terrarium jewellery. So the smallest ones will be earrings. These two more medium-sized ones would be like pendants, and then this one would just be some kind of charm that you could maybe hang somewhere, place somewhere, like, you know, whatever you want to do with it. So let's get to making them. They will be very simple, and I will talk about the process in a voiceover, because then it'll just kind of be easier for me to kind of talk about it like after I've done it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to making these. And my plan is that when I make them, I want to kind of just keep them for a while to just see how they how like the moss and everything acclimatizes, as well as like to make sure that they're kind of sturdy enough so that they can take a bit of shaking, because if they're jewellery they'll be getting used and stuff. So I want to make sure that they'll last and won't get shaken up too much. So by the time this video comes out, hopefully I'll be able to say whether they're available or not, or like ready, because I feel as if they'll probably need some time to kind of sit, to kind of get kind of like quote-unquote rooted in, so that everything doesn't shake about and stuff. So let's get to making, and any of that information I will talk about like over the voiceover at the end of the video or something, and as well I'll also have that in the description if these are available or not. So let's start. I just wanted to show you guys like my box of stuff. I've got like stones, I keep my jars in here, like more kind of stones. I've got like the natural looking ones, and then like these white ones if I want like a contrast. I've got some like pine cones and stuff in here. I've got like compost, charcoal. I've also got like some bark soil, like it's literally like bark that was just sitting around for a long time, so it just broke down to soil, so I use that in my soil mix, which I'll pull up on the screen now if you want to like see the recipe. I've also got some sand, which I also use in the soil mix, and I've got some pre-mixed soil mix here. It's a very small amount, but I probably shouldn't need too much because the vials are pretty small, and I don't want to take up too much space with like the dirt and the gravel, because I've got to fit the moss and stuff in. So I've just got a little bit of that, which is pretty much all I need out of here. As well as I've got some gravel. This is just some like pea gravel, I think it is, like the stuff you use in your driveway. I just kind of picked out the smaller ones, and I'll probably go in and pick out the even smaller ones, especially for like the really tiny vials. And yeah, so that's what's going in there. And then I've also got a syringe for adding water. I've got a few tweezers. Nothing special about these tweezers. The metal ones just came in a set. I think jewellery makers and stuff use it. I've got some Q-tips for cleaning the glass when I'm finished. I've got this bigger one, but this probably won't fit. This bigger one I would probably use in like when I'm doing the jar terrariums to like put pebbles and stuff in, because it opens up really nice and wide, so it'll be easier than using this, which like opens up the fraction the width. So yeah, this would be really useful. I got this one recently. And yeah, oh, and I also have a skewer somewhere in here. Oh, here we go. I've got a skewer, which would also be useful. Normally I would have this brush to like kind of brush dirt off, but that's normally in the jar terrariums, if like for like the pebbles and stuff, to kind of clean things off after I've kind of finished off, but I probably won't need it. But we'll see. I won't really be able to fit this in either, so I'll probably have to get a smaller brush if I wanted to use that. And yeah, oh, I've also got this stick. This just came out of a hedge. It's really nice and thin, so I thought this would be nice to add a bit of a decorative piece to the terrariums. I've got this turkey baster to get the springtails in, which you'll see in a little bit. Here's a look at the springtails so you guys can see them in real time. So if you don't like bugs, look away now. So that's what the springtails look like. And you could probably see them jumping, which is why they have their name. And then I've also got this tub of moss, which is I've just kind of collected over time. I've also got a bit of lichen in here as well, but I'll probably mostly just use moss in this. I've even got this one on this acorn, which is kind of cute. So yeah, that's the stuff I've got. So let's get to making. Ooh, and I also like to use surgical gloves just so I don't get like my nails dirty because they're pretty long. So surgical gloves just help me keep that down. But you don't have to use gloves if you don't want to. I just do it so I don't have to worry about my nails too much. So let's go. So I'm going to start off with adding some gravel and sand, and that will help with like drainage as well as like stopping the soil from sitting in water, which will then make sure it doesn't go stagnant, and it'll also help like the condensating evaporation like cycle as well. And what I did was I picked out like the smallest pieces of gravel and put them in the shorter vials, like for the earrings, and then the rest in the taller ones. And I didn't put too much because I didn't want to take up space with like the sand and like the soil, because of course you want to be able to have enough space to put the moss in, and especially in the shorter vials, so I was really careful about that. And I'm just using like some paper to funnel it in so it'll be a bit easier. And what I did with the sand is I kind of up to the level of the gravel, because like normally I'll put some mesh to stop the gravel from mixing, but because it is so small, I couldn't do that. So I was using the sand both as like to help with drainage, to fill in the gaps, and then to create like a level surface so that the soil won't mix in with the gravel. And then like once everything's kind of like push the moss in there, it'll be compacted enough, like not too much, you don't want to be too compacted, but compacted enough that like the sand and soil won't mix like if it's moved. So yeah, and then just before I put the soil in, I put a few bits of charcoal. Now the charcoal is normally mixed in with the soil, but because like and it's such a small like bottle, I chipped up the charcoal to make sure I got like a little bit in each vial, and then I put the soil in, and I also make sure to chip up the bark and the leaf litter so it would fit into the vial, because again, tiny space. Like putting in the moss. So what I did is I picked moss for the shorter ones first so that I could make sure that like everything wasn't like the same. So I picked the moss that would be able to fit best in the shorter one, and then with the others I was able to just kind of pick any old moss. I just didn't pick any moss that was like on bark, because that would have been too hard to like fit in there, so I only picked moss that was found on substrate. I changed the camera angles a few times throughout the video. I hope you like the different changes. I thought it would be nice to kind of see from different angles. So I was kind of experimenting, especially for like future terrarium builds. I would like to do like a jar tour. Let me know like which camera angle like you preferred, or like if you like both, kind of swapping in between the two. Yeah, so like at the moment you're on a top view, but you will get like a nice close-up like side view at the end of the video of all the vials. And like to place everything, I'm using a tweezer and then a skewer to like out. And oh, it was very fiddly. It's quite challenging, but the most challenging part was getting the springtails in. Like I was using the turkey baster, but that didn't really work out, and I just ended up putting way too much water into the vials, so they had to air out for a few days. And yeah, it was really tricky. So what I did was, when I had to make another set of vial terrariums, because I was preparing for a market that I had last Saturday, So I wanted to like have quite a few like terrarium jewelry pieces for the market, as well as jar terrariums. I made a culture of springtails but in substrate, so I have a few chunks of charcoal in there, but there's also a bunch of substrate, so I can either take like a spoon of substrate, put it in there, or like a tweezer full of substrate and put it in the vial, and that's a much easier way to transfer in the springtails, because you can also knock them off the, which I had to end up doing at some point, but then like it's such a small hole that like you could, it takes a while to knock them in there, you know. So yeah, I prefer like having them in substrate to then transfer them to terrariums when I'm doing the bills. And then I clean the glass. I use a Q-tip, but then now I will use like a paper towel, because the Q-tip kind of left its fibers back, so that was a bit irritating. Get rid of the fibers. So I just use like a paper towel and a tweezer to like reach in there. And yeah, what I'll make sure though is like next time I make the vial terrariums, that moss is washed a bit more, like in rainwater. Most importantly, don't use tap water. Tap water will kill the moss. Rainwater is best to use, or distilled water, either one. So worry too much about trying to get mud off the glass, because it's such a tight space to fit into. Just kind of make the process a little bit easier for myself. So yeah, but apart from that, I really enjoyed it. I love how they all turned out. It was really fun to like make such a miniature terrarium, and they're so cute. So yeah, so while I'm like finishing off the bills, I thought I would just talk about the jewelry pieces. So they are available, necklaces and earrings. The necklaces come in 3 pendant sizes, and then the earrings are just 1 size. And jewelry pieces will come with stands. So the necklaces will always come with a tree stand, and I'll have photos up so you know what I'm talking about, so that you can display your jewelry like easier, like in out of direct sunlight, because like direct sunlight would like cook them. So out of direct sunlight, you can store it on your windowsill, bedside table, like wherever would be best. When you order one though, they will come with a care sheet just in case you have any queries. And then the earrings will come on and like a kind of like an easel. And I made both myself. Like the tree has like a wire base, and then there's air dry clay around it. And then I also have like felt stuck at the bottom of the tree stand, so it doesn't like scratch your surface. And then the easel is also made out of air dry clay. And the colors are gold, bronze, and silver. I thought that like made it look kind of classy. So yeah, I'll have some photos up, and they're not on my shop at the moment. I'm working on getting an Etsy up and running, so at the moment it's just like on a Facebook and Instagram post. So I'll link those down below, and if you're interested, you can message me on social media. I have all of those like links and stuff down below, as well as links to my jar terrariums. I do have some new ones that I would have like shown at the beginning of this video in a photo, and I'll have links to that too. And yeah, oh, and you can also get a full set, and if you get a full set, so necklace and earrings, you'll get a tree stand, because there's a couple branches for like the necklace and then a brown. Yeah, of course, all photos will be up, and I really like how they all turned out. So they are all of it also available to ship as well. So if you're not in the area and you can't do like a free pickup, because that is available, you can get them shipped. I can ship them to you. UK only though. I'll only ship within the UK. So I also wanted to mention that I do have a mixed media workshop coming up. It is beginner friendly, and I will basically talk you through start to finish of creating a mixed media canvas. And at the end of the workshop, you'll be able to take home a kit full of like tools and supplies that will like allow you to be able to continue to create at home, especially if you've just started off. And that will be on the 17th of July at Pim's Court Farm. And it's for Much Ado events, so I will have a link to where you can book tickets. Tickets are limited, so please don't delay if you're interested. I will have links to that below, and you can also read up some more information on that. But I will have a photo of the leaflet at the end of the video if you want to like read up a little bit of the information. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be really cool. I haven't done a workshop in forever, so it'll be really nice to like do that, especially like the market I did last Saturday. I really enjoyed, because it was nice to talk to customers for the first time in a while. So I think it'd be really nice to like do a workshop in person as well. Oh, and the market I did was for Maidstone Market, local producers and craft market. I will have like a link below so you can like check out their Facebook page. I will be doing the market next month on the 10th of July, so if you would like to like pop round and see me then, that would be really cool. And yeah, and I'll probably talk more about that as well in the studio vlog, because also that was like prep for the market that I had last Saturday. So yeah, thought I would just let you know about that. So I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which one is your favorite down below in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that notification bell. I upload every Friday. And I think that's it. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next week for a studio vlog. Bye!